welcome you guys to How Photographers Can Win More Customers. My name is Charles DeWitte from MVMNT.io, and in this video, I want to talk about freelance photographers and filmmakers and content creators and how they can get more customers and get more clients to pay for their services and for their creative skill set. I meet a lot of photographers being active on Instagram and traveling all over the world. And the most common thing I find is that they're not getting paid what they really deserve to get paid. They're finding themselves struggling to get new clients, new business, and when they do get new clients, new business, the clients are underpaying them. They're frustrating, it's stressful, and they're not fully realizing the value that a photographer like yourself is bringing to the table. So what I really want to do in this brief video is go over a few pointers that can change that perception of who you are, what you do, and get more money for it and get more jobs more frequently. That's really what I want you to get out of this particular presentation. So without further ado, let's jump into it. The one thing that you really want to bring to the table is expertise. And if you combine that expertise with motivation and really take action on contacting brands and businesses and people out there, you shouldn't have any issues finding, new business. You often browse the web, you're on Instagram, social media, you're a pro. So, as a photographer, you know bad photography when you see it. Maybe it's the way a brand or a photographer has been editing a certain visual culture. Maybe it's a business that has really bad product photos. Maybe it's, someone with a really rough Instagram feed that doesn't look professional at all. Either way, if you're a true pro, you're gonna know that that particular visual culture can be improved. So what you want to do is get in touch with a particular brand or a particular business. You can use email, you can use a LinkedIn mail, you can use DMs on Instagram. But what you really want to do is sort of walk through what is wrong with a particular brand's visual culture and what you would do differently. And, really trying to communicate that they're losing money by having bad photos on their website. They're losing money by having a really bad visual culture on their social media campaigns. It doesn't look good. Clients are turned off. People are running away because bad photography just is, you know, something that's really damaging for a business. If you're trying to decide to buy a $99 product and you're in between two options, oftentimes people go for the one with the better photography and the more appealing visual culture as opposed to the one that's got homemade iPhone photos up. You catch my drift. So really what you want to communicate to a client when you get in touch with them is how profit driven you are and how you want to help them make more money, get more clients, and really communicate that with them when you are getting in touch with them, whether that's through email, through LinkedIn, or even through the phone. That's something that you really need to make clear. I'm going to show you in the next few slides how to really do that and how to get them to pay attention to you. Now, oftentimes I get asked, who do you approach? How do you know if a particular brand or a particular business or person is going to be willing to spend money on this? What you want to do is look for brands and businesses that are already investing in custom photography, whether it's on their website or in their marketing, on TV ads, whatever it is. You can see when a brand is trying to look good, but they're not fully succeeding. Um, and you can often see that because they're already running sponsored marketing campaigns on social media. They're already spending money on getting traffic and eyeballs on their brand. And what you really are there for with your particular creative skill set in photography, in content creation, filmmaking, whatever it is help them convert more customers with your art, with your beautiful photography and sense of creative direction. What you really want to do at the end of the day is not get them beautiful photos. You want to make them more money and understand that that's your expertise, is defining a visual culture and curating that creative direction so that overall people will be more turned on by their brand. Not in any sexual type of way, but you know what I mean. It's more appealing, it's better to look at, and at the end of the day, that's what's going to make them more money. And if they see that that's something you understand and that's something that you're driven by and that's the narrative that drives your business and creative skill set, then they're going to be a lot more interested in you than the next guy on Instagram who just has pretty pictures but doesn't understand the business sense of things, right? Now, sometimes you'll just be browsing the web and discover hideous photography. Do something about it, right? You're here, you're a pro, you have a calling, and it's to improve the visual culture of whatever brand, whatever business, whatever entrepreneur that you're aligned with and that you want to see doing better. But obviously, you want to get paid for it as well. And that's what this next slide is all about. This is my proven 3-step approach to approaching cold clients, new clients, people that have never heard of you, and eventually turning them into a paying client and someone that you do business with long term. Now, number one is a step I've extensively discussed. Identify how a certain brand's photography or visual culture can be improved. If you're a true pro, if you're a really good photographer, if you have a really good sense of creative direction, you see when a brand is doing something wrong visually, right? You can definitely tell. So, what you want to do is first identify what they're doing wrong and how it can be improved. The second step is getting in touch with them. You're going to mock up an email or a LinkedIn message or a DM or whatever. You're going to briefly explain in 2 or 3 phrases that they're doing something wrong with their photography, that they're leaving money on the table, and that you have a few ideas on how they can do it better. What you're going to do then is include a YouTube link. Now, this can be a link of you talking to the camera. This can be a video of you walking through their website or their Instagram and showing them what they're doing wrong and how they can do it better. But what really matters is that you potentially have already provided some example shots of what they can do better. Maybe it's some a video that you have, in your vault that you put their logo on, or maybe you walked past a brand store and took a really dope photo. But you want to exemplify and show them that you've already done some work and thinking into how they can improve their visual culture and their branding and their photography overall. And what you want to do is send that in a YouTube video. That's very important. I'll explain later why. But you want to send it to them in a YouTube video of 2 to 3 minutes tops and really explain to them what they're doing wrong, how you can improve it, provide an example of how you've already improved it by, mocking something up, taking a shot, doing whatever, putting their logo in it, making them feel special. And then you can tell them that, you have a bunch more ideas and you'd love to talk to them. That's when you go into number 3, where you negotiate your contract and a deal with a new client, which is something I extensively discuss in the rest of the movement course. Now, what I really want to stress though is that you need to include things in a YouTube video. You need to shoot a video, upload it to YouTube, and then include that link in your message. Why? You don't want to include a separate MP4 file or whatever, because a lot of inboxes, especially corporate servers, will block that. Right? So you want to include just a YouTube link that every mail server in the world knows is a safe link because it's a trusted domain. And oftentimes when people receive YouTube links, the mail app that they're using on their phone or Gmail and their web browser already produces a thumbnail preview link of the video. So they're going to get curious and really want to see what you have to say, especially if you're telling them that they're leaving money on the table and you can, improve their profit line. So that's essentially it, guys. It's all about having a certain vision, taking action, and seeing the results. And especially that middle one, action, is something that you got to 10x. If you really want results and more clients that are actually seeing your worth and your value, you're not just going to have to send out one video. You're going to have to send out 10, 20 videos a day, and that's how you're going to get clients, okay? Nobody gets clients without doing in the work and putting in the hustle first. Remember that. If it doesn't work the first 5 times, try it the next 5 times, and if it doesn't work again, keep on going. But eventually you'll get so good at identifying what a brand is doing wrong visually and how you can improve and help them make more money that at the end of the day, they won't be able to ignore you because they know you're right.